NHS app used for COVID domestic and travel passes now collects data on mental health, social circumstances, political opinions, lifestyle, alleged criminal convictions, and will be used as identity document for the right to work and the right to rent. Now, here's the actual article here, and it's on government.uk, so it's straight from their mouth and straight from their websites. And here it is. NHS COVID-19 app are processing of special categories of personal data. Now, what data is going to be kept on these COVID-19 apps that you're downloading? Well, here it is. What special category of data we process? And here's the description. Data held on the app on your phone will include data concerning your health, such as, by the way, COVID-19 test results and your isolation status. And also, venue details held only on your phone might be indicative of other special categories of data. However, these details only stored in your app. The summary or account included in the analytic data set does not include these details. Then it goes on. For example, a venue may indicate racial or ethnic origin, political opinions, religious or philosophical beliefs, trade union membership, data concerning a natural person's sex life or sexual orientation. However, our system cannot access or process this data. We note in here to support transparency. Then it goes on, data concerning health, such as your COVID-19 test results. This is pretty hardcore. This is the app on the United Kingdom government's website, literally admitting that they're making social scores on people. And here's the interesting part. I've got another article here on their COVID-19 information because it all goes together. And this is on, again, the government UK website. And they're talking about apps or documents or information, digital ID services that they're wanting to implement. Here it is. Identity document validation technology in the right to work and right to rent schemes and DBS pre-employment checking system. Now they want this new checking system. So if you get a job or you go rent a home and you're a landlord or you're a business and you want to run certain checks, well, how can you can just, again, log into this app. Log into this app and let's see some of the person's information. But here's what it says. The Home Office and Disclosure and or basically DBS there are working with DCMS as it develops proposal for new legislation to establish a UK digital identity attributes trust framework. They are making this. They're establishing it. This framework will set out the rules and standards for organizations to follow in order to carry out secure, trustworthy, and consistent data identity checks. It goes on, and here's where it gets into more detail. The Home Office will enable employers and landlords to use certified identification document validation technology service providers to carry out digital ID checks on behalf for many who are not in the scope to use Home Office online services, including British and Irish citizens. The relevant changes to legislation will take effect from the 6th of April 2022. This development will align with DBS proposal to enable digital identity checking within their pre-employment and checking processes. And then it goes for employers. The introduction of digital identity checking into the schemes will mean they can assure prospective employees' IDs using consistent and more secure methods, reducing risk and allowing them to recruit in a safer way. In other words, they can use such things like this app to find out whether or not they want to preview for that job or fill in the blank. And I love, again, I got to repeat what Leon Paul said here. NHS app used for COVID domestic and travel passes now collects data on mental health, social circumstances, political opinions, lifestyle, alleged criminal convictions, and will be used as identity document for the right to work and the right to rent. They're eventually going to use this for this, that businesses can do, at least that is the direction that I believe it is in. Interesting. Sounds kind of like a social score that's happening in China. And as a quick reminder, I know you guys know this if you've been watching me on Restricted Republic. And if you're not on Restricted Republic, by the way, you need to get there. RestrictedRepublic.com. We've only got this special for a few more days. Christmas 21, get it for $1 for the first 45 days. Use the code Christmas21. But I can't stress enough the information that we are putting on here, you're going to want to see. You can see some of the videos there that we got. This is a platform where we share unrestricted, uncensored content. And I even put the YouTube videos there. It's got everything there without any commercials. But get to Restricted Republic if you really want to know the inside detail. They're getting yesterday's news way in advance, or today's news way in advance, so to speak, or all news in advance. I might be saying that wrong. But with that, if you've been watching me there, then you obviously know what's going on in China already. And here it is, how China is using a social credit score to reward and punish their citizens. Then we have here, this is New Horizon, the introduction to the social credit score system. And basically what it talks about, you can't jaywalk, you have to be on time with your taxes, you can't speak against the Chinese Communist government, you can't even like say anything, read fake news, or which they call fake news. They always call it fake news, but any news that they don't like that bashes their party. That's what's going on in China. And so far, this is an earlier report, that number is flexed from now, but China bans 23 million from buying travel tickets as part of their social credit system. So millions of people have already been banned. Meanwhile, we have Biden complimenting, or not complimenting, we have Biden contemplating, right, putting in domestic travel, vaccine passports, COVID passports here in the United States of America. Why would he do that? He says, well, if his medical people advise it, and here it is. This is thehill.com. Biden says if medical team advises it, he will issue domestic travel vaccine requirement. And that requirement would need some kind of app or pass or certification, of course, to get that done, which would only one day migrate into something akin to what they're trying to do now in the UK. And what they've already done over in China. Mark my words, it won't stop at just a little vaccine card. It will be more and more and more. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and they always want more. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.